Hey guys, good afternoon. It's Cali. I'm back with my weekly auction haul. I just have to say, I'm really enjoying doing these videos. It's becoming very therapeutic for me in so many ways. So I'm just going to share with you what I got last night, as well as what I've been doing this week. I'm finally starting to feel a little better. My God, literally for 2 weeks I haven't left the house. So last night was the first night that we got out, and I spent a grand total of $6. No, I think it was seven actually. And I'll show you what I got. I'm the only one who got anything. There were a lot of cool things. It's funny. We meet people each week. There were some people from Long Island last night and stuff. So every week the crowd is different, and people bid on. I did get outbid on a couple things I wanted, but certainly nothing I needed until I saw this. And yes, it was $7 grand total with taxes and everything. And there are two of these that join together at the top, but I'm actually going to separate these, and my crafter friends know exactly what these are. I priced these on Amazon. They're spool holders, obviously. Wooden spool holders. This bigger one holds 66 spools, and I have all my crafting supplies on that. And I would have swore that I had hundreds of spools of thread. I would have been very wrong. But when you throw everything in a container and you don't really look at things every day. But anyway, shut up. This is a 120 rod spool thing. But this is all the thread I have. My sewing thread. I have a lot of embroidery floss and things like that. But on spools, this was all I had. I had this in a metal container. But actually, a couple of these, I have two wooden bobbins that were my grandmother's. This little one and this one are old school wooden bobbins. But I need more thread, so I'm putting the call out actually to my mother and my sister. You guys, I need to fill up my bobbin thing. But aren't these great? I was psyched. There was a woman in front of me who was also bidding on them. I went on Amazon this morning and priced them, and the smaller ones that hold like maybe 24 spools were like $30. So I am super stoked. Again, these were joined at the top, so they kind of sit like an A-frame. You can see these holes. Can you see these holes up here? But they were loosely joined together, and I took them apart last night to clean them. And I'm actually going to just hang them on the wall, but I'm really excited about it. So that was a great score. And that is all I got at the auction last night. My boyfriend didn't get anything either. But like I said, last night was the first night that we got out at all. And all week long, I've basically, again, been couch-bound watching episodes of The Walking Dead, as well as a lot of YouTube videos and amazing artists. Again, I can't say enough about this community I'm being welcomed into or joining, whether they want me or not. I'm here with fellow, YouTubers and artists. And anyway, so I shared with you guys last week, and I'm excited about this again. My junk mail journal, or my build journal, and when I showed it to you last week, it was just empty. And the first thing that I had done was, and I showed you that I gessoed. Good old gesso. I put it on everything. If you stand next to me long enough, I will probably gesso you. Anyway, I had gessoed 2 pages, and the first thing that I did for my first page, oh God, again, I'm going to apologize about the light. The struggle is real. I look like Kilroy. Hello. Anyway, so this was my first journal page that I had showed you guys that was just gesso last week. And it's funny, I hear a lot of other YouTubers talking about word of the year and things like that, journalers, and this is all new to me. I'm a newbie here, folks. People are picking a word, I guess, for the year, and there's too many words for me to pick. So I thought my word should be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, right? Even though the sound of that is really quite atrocious. Anyway, bear with me. So I'm kind of interspersing. What I did was I took my build journal, and you guys bear with me, who do this all the time, but this is for those of you who don't, or who care, or who don't care, or I don't know. I'm choosing to share this with you. And I just took a lot of my old papers that I save, and magazine collage, and old drawings. This was a drawing that I had laying around, a big one for years that was just crayon and watercolor. I don't even know. Strips of magazine, another one of those drawings. This book has a lot of memories as I was going through scraps of paper that I've saved and stuff. Some of them were from people I've known and loved, and you know, I'm going to have this to treasure. Anyway, this is just the beginning though, folks. This sheet music holds a lot of music to me, very special for someone who's no longer with us, and I'll cherish this. Coffee filters. These are coffee filters that I sprayed and dyed, and I started stamping a little bit. Just stuff I've had for years that now is finally finding a home. I made some homemade washi tapes out of masking tape and paint for you guys. Here's that paper. This is what the cover's made out of, that paper towel and gesso again. I wish you guys could see this in person, because again, these things are much more impressive, I think, just texture-wise in person. An old map, postcards. This was an envelope. This is an envelope that I stuck in that I haven't finished yet. You know, this is a work in progress. I can imagine this taking me all year. I'm going to try to do one of these each month with all my bills that come in and save my junk mail in between. God, they're going to be huge, right? But the Mad Hatter. Back to this, my Nag Champa. I drew a girl here. It's kind of hard to see her, but she's kind of coming out of the shadows. And it's funny, there's a lot of talk about fear of the blank page and fear in general, and you know, we all deal with that. Art is becoming so therapeutic for me, and you know, it's funny, I've been a psychiatric nurse for over 20 years, and I know these things in theory, but when you act them out and find, you know, I've had these 2 weeks being sick here to just kind of be alone and reflect and have the solitude and to just go with it. And, you know, I'm finding that I'm processing so much as I'm doing this and just letting memories come to me and thoughts. And it's so healing, as I know that all of you who do this know it is. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it. But there's not enough hours in the day for me. This is some old paper I saved from a sandwich at a deli. Some newspaper. This I kind of ruined, if you will, but nothing's ruined because these are just backgrounds. I'm going to be adding more on top of these and painting on top of these and using these paintings. But I had forgotten another auction haul that I got. Excuse me, my mouth is so dry. I haven't even been able to drink coffee. I've been nursing ginger ale for the last 2 weeks, which normally I haven't drank soda in almost a year now, but it's the only thing that helps. Excuse me. Anyway, I had forgotten that a few months ago at the auction I had gotten a box of stationery supplies, and within that box of stationery supplies were like 6 or 10 bottles of black ink refillers with rollerball caps, almost like a deodorant. They look like deodorant, and they're black ink. And I got so excited when I remembered that I have them because, you know, I want to do everything. I want to stamp. Everything I see, I want to do. And I told you my supplies are very limited, but it's cool because it challenges you to use what you have on hand. Anyway, long story short, I took them right in their container and I was trying them out, and I rolled them around, and it was a thin line, and of course it seeped, because it's like paper towel underneath. But I had originally was going for like a window effect. But it's just so cool to see what supplies you have and what you think is ruined become something different and better. It kind of bled over here, and you know, whatever. These are old. This was a postcard that I had gotten when I was in the hospital losing my leg that had people signing the back of it, that even though I glued it down and I can't see those signatures anymore, I remember, you know, what it's from. Maps, just old watercolor paintings I had laying around, and sorry, washi tape that I had made just by laying down masking tape on wax paper and then painting it with acrylic. So this, you know, I'm now a die-hard art journal junkie. I'm so excited even to be filming this stuff, to have a documentation of my journey here. I keep, you know, I'm marathon watching people's videos who I respect and love, and one of the girls, Jenny Belly, I'm sure so many of you guys are familiar with her on YouTube. I joined one of her groups, and I'm looking forward to working with some of those journal prompts and being inspired by so many new artists and blah, blah, blah. I could go on all day long, but that's how I've been spending my time. And again, I count my blessings every day that I'm in this position right now where I can do these things and have the time, have the space, the solitude. Everything in my life is just perfect right now. And I'm blessed because I know that can change in an instant. But that's where I'm at, and I'm psyched. So anyway, in addition to the art junk mail journal, which I'm continuing to work on daily, one of the YouTube videos that I took a look at, because I'm totally into recycling. I told you I have limited supplies here, so it's a challenge to use what I have, and I'm all about recycling, upcycling. Part of the main deal with the auction to begin with was to get things to repurpose, to reuse, and alter, you know, to kind of make them my own and funkify them. But where am I going with this? Hello. Oh, yes, recycling. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos about people who are also into these things, and one of them that I caught sight of was a video on how to make beads. Again, I've been doing the jewelry kick. Beads out of garbage bags, and that sounds bizarre, I know, and I thought so myself until I tried it, and then I sat here and with a candle one night and made these beads. You basically take a length of wire, and I'll show you one of these as I'm talking. You take a length of wire and you wrap around, you take like a convenience store size grocery bag, cut it in strips, kind of melt it on the wire, twist it around, mold it, and make these beads. And I got hooked on these things. And some of them I added little charms to. Spider charm. I painted them when I was done. This one, I love her. Of course, anything with a fairy charm is a hit. But I just added other beads. I painted them with nail polish, which I told you I have a plethora of polish because I have a whole handful of these here. Because I coupon and I get stuff for free. And I didn't know, but it has come in handy now. Sorry, I make these spiral charms, but I did buy some fairy charms, like I just showed you, some spider charms, some pentagram charms, which haven't arrived yet, just to embellish. I made a bunch of all different colors, and I added beads on some. Some I wrapped with wire with other beads. And I just love how those shapes, they look like pupa, you know, larvae from butterflies, or caterpillars should live inside them. But each one is different, obviously. And I did burn my fingers a couple times. I was just playing around. I wasn't being real careful with things. These I just strung together, and of course, oh my God, go figure, I hung it in my window. But they were really fun. I really, really enjoyed them. And again, they're so lightweight. They would, you could make earrings, you could do a necklace, the same thing, keychains, fan pulls. And then when I posted pictures of these, one of my Facebook friends, Susan Holland, I believe, hi Susan, made a comment that they would make cute bookmark charms And I'm a huge, I'm a big book fan from forever. And I thought it'd be a cool video to do a what's on my bookshelf. I actually have about 5 bookshelves, but if anyone would be interested in seeing that, I thought that would be cool. I could share with you what I have on my bookshelves and we could talk about it. But anyway, so since I was a kid, I have a million books and I love bookmarks. But Susan made that comment, and then later on that night, my eldest daughter, Rachel, who lives in North Carolina, hi Ray Ray, called me, and she was like, Mom, you should use those charms on a bookmark. Well, that's all the confirmation I needed, because first one person and then the next, when your daughter tells you to do something, you do it. So I took their advice. Well, can you see this? La la la. That's with one of the fairy charms. This one is one of the flower charms that my grandchildren had given me. So I took a cereal box. I only made 2 of these just to see. And one thing I do know, with the hundreds of little tiny jump rings that I have, I don't have big ones. So I made my own, and I know it's possible to just make your own jump rings. But the wire, I need thicker gauge wire. Again, every time you start to do something, you realize I need something else. But I did order some larger jump rings, so that is one thing I would change here. And someone else made a comment that it would look cool, like if you had a word. I think they said like imagine or, and that I agree, that would be cool. So again, I want to invest in some. I could freehand it, which my handwriting isn't that bad. But I think it would look better stamped or something, like I said, embossed. There we go. There's some light. But I took cereal boxes, cut them out, glued, these are 2 together, glued 2 pieces of cereal box together, took watercolor paper, cut out the same size, glued it all to fit. Oh no, before I glued the cereal box together. Then I painted the watercolor paper, and actually I thought, I'm such a yin-yang, and again, I don't have a lot of paints or anything. It's kind of cool to use what I have, but I had this tin of what I thought for years were little tubes of watercolors. Well, I learned a few days ago that they're not. They're acrylics, which is fine, but I used the acrylics on these, and I just, again, oh my God, I know you're shocked, a purple galaxy theme. Can you believe it? But and then I lacquered them. I have some spray on lacquer. And they really, and the word I was struggling for in last week's video was not rivet, it's eyelet. And I did use my eyelet machine for the first time, which was a kick because it was still in the packaging. It still had all these eyelets, and I love how that looks. It just looks cool. It looks professional and finished, right? Again, forgive me, you guys who do this all the time. I'm such a newbie here. But, yeah, I opened the package for the eyelet thing to use it, and there's no instructions, and I don't know. And apparently I had to go on YouTube to find a video to do it, but there was a little pin in the top that kept it from opening that I actually had to look on the video to see that I had to pull the pin out. But then it was very easy to do, and I wanted to put eyelet holes in everything. So that was fun. So that's how I did those. And I am going to be selling these in my shop on Facebook, Flying Spider. I will leave the link below. And this week, because I haven't been feeling well, and I'm going to shut up about that, but I haven't been devoting a lot of time to my online shop. Forgive me, I'm on the floor again here. So I really need to fine-tune that, look at my inventory again, look at my pricing, look at my shipping pricing, really take a look at stuff, because I know it's Christmas time, people aren't shopping, people aren't spending money, but I get a lot of positive response to my art, and things like that, but I'm not getting a lot of traffic at the store, and I think that's natural, normal. I did make a sale, I told you, my first sale, which is so, I'm like blown away that anybody even wants to buy this stuff, but I'm not complaining at all. I know, I'm planting the seeds right now, and I will reap the harvest one day, if that's what's meant to be. If not, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I don't consider it a loss or anything, But I'm just wondering, I'd like your feedback. If anybody's been there, check things out, let me know. Is it, again, because I haven't dedicated the time that I really think I need to there. So this week, tomorrow I'm going to spend couponing, because last week I didn't do anything. I wasn't feeling well. So I have this much that I need to attend to. I need to get that done. I need to go grocery shopping. I'm sick of eating rice. Last night at the auction, my boyfriend Tom brought food from our local Korean market, which, it's my favorite, one of my favorites. They have the best miso soup forever. It's the Green Market in Monticello. I'll give them a shout out. But I had some miso soup last night, and that was the first variation off the rice that I had all week, besides ginger ale, which I've been living on. But it's funny, because I wanted to do a cleanse for the new year, so you should be careful what you ask for, because I think I lost 10 pounds this week, not in the way that I would have liked. The ginger ale cleanse, I don't recommend it. But yeah, I had to laugh, because careful what you ask for. But again, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. This week I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do some couponing tomorrow, and then spend some time with the shop fine-tuning and hang up my spool racks. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful week. And it's so cold outside. I'm feeling, I wish it were spring already. I'm looking, my deck is so barren, and I don't know. It would be nice to open up the windows, but yeah, the birdies are happy. We hung some suet yesterday, and brings back all the woodpeckers again. So ramble, ramble, ramble. Happy crafting. I hope you're having a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Leave me some feedback. I hope you subscribe, like this video, thumbs up. I have 95 subscribers. You guys are amazing. That blows my mind. Maybe I'll do a giveaway at 100 subscribers. Don't people do that here, giveaways? I'll give away one of my bookmarks and a necklace or something. I don't know. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm going to end this for now. Have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.